I'm sorry, Miss Walker, but chasing you around that bridge was more exhausting than I thought.
That's okay. I can wait.
Ah, nonsense. I know how eager you are to find out about Dana. So you go first. I'll meet you at section 08. I'll come meet you there.
Okay then.
And don't forget, miss, section 08. Find it, and I'll meet you there.
Oof. Cold as hell here.
Let's check out the diary. Dear Miss Foster, I'm writing this addendum to my earlier report following a visit to the Bridge of Mist in Vaghen. Glad to inform you I've managed to pick up Kate Walker's trail. Apparently she broke into what used to be the childhood home of that young woman she's been looking for, Dana Rose. Frau Hegel, the owner of the place, was furious when I questioned her. She had explicitly refused Kate access. Not only did Miss Walker break into her premises, she also uncovered an entire hidden floor of the premises. It had apparently been walled up in haste after the bombings during the liberation of Vaghen. As for Frau Hegel, she seemed terrified at the prospect of a tax rise for the previously undeclared livable area that Kate had unblocked, but what struck me was the state of conservation of the place. This hidden floor of bygone days is where Dana Rose's childhood bedroom is located. It had remained virtually intact since the 1930s. The place did look as if it had been ransacked, though, most likely during the pogroms that followed the accession to power of the Brown Shadow in 1938. I also made a sad discovery about the fate of Anton and Lena Rose, young Dana's parents. They were killed during these pogroms, but the fate of their daughter remains a mystery. I now plan to go to the little island in the middle of the Domba. That's the river that runs through Vaghen, because Kate was seen in the company of a strange old lady after her visit to the bridge. Okay, let's follow the path, see if we can find the right spot. The great Vaghen swans are not only the immortal symbol of our town, they are living and fragile beings, so please do not feed the swans. Wrong and uncontrolled feeding can cause illness and be fatal to them. Okay, so that was just called the tram. We don't need to do that yet. Let's...
How the heck do I get myself into these situations?
Let's head up the path.
There's something sinister about all this.
Have no fear, Kate Walker. The sun's setting, and you're all alone in an isolated and derelict place. Statistically speaking, it is highly improbable that you'll meet anybody, good or bad.
Thank you, Oscar, but please do me a favor. Stop trying to reassure me, would you?
As you wish, Kate Walker.
Grim. This place gives me the creeps. Looks like... Oh, jeez.
What is it, Kate Walker?
This place, it's a cemetery, Oscar. I think Dana's... Oh my God, she must have...
Don't jump to hasty conclusions yet, Kate Walker. You should try and find that spot that Colonel Blake mentioned.
Section 08. Yes, Okay, let's go. Oh my god.
So there is a map here.
Section 08 is over there. I don't have time to get lost in that maze.
Is there anything that requires my assistance?
And we can place Oscar down here to help us out if we get
I'm
a
gonna
little
need
bit
you
lost.
to be my eyes, Oscar.
Will do. Just call me whenever you need directions.
So we will be able to switch over to Oscar and take a look at the map whenever we want. Now for some reason we can't go to the left here. I don't know why, but the game just won't let us walk that way. We can come back around that way though.
A cemetery. Oh my god.
Yes, a little bit weird. This path here is definitely open, but the game will not let us go in that direction. So we are going to the right instead.
Impossible to get through. I'll have to find a way to go around it. Section B.
Section B. So look at this.
Illegible.
Okay, that can't be read. Let's go here to the left first of all. There is a device that we can check out.
Something's missing here.
So we'll use this later on.
Seems to have to do with the gates.
And if we do go back to Oscar,
Can you guide me, Oscar?
What would she do without me?
we can see some of the places we've seen. So Oscar's here, the mechanism is here, and there's a block just there. Let's keep making our way around.
A dead end. I'll have to go back. Section F.
Section F is there, okay.
It's not here. I need directions. Impossible to read. Can you tell me where I am?
Let's see.
So we are just up here, and we'll head up the stairs. First of all, there is an optional objective here to find the nameplate of donors.
I recognize some of the names here. Pretty interesting. But I should get back to what I was doing.
Okay, a little hard to read. To our generous donors. There they are.
Section P.
Section P is up here. Let's go back down. Nothing else up these stairs. Let's come back this way and see if there's anything that we missed.
The inscription has faded away. It seems so old. The undertakers must have forgotten it.
Okay, there is a pickaxe here. We can't grab it at the moment. It's a little bit too far away.
Illegible.
And we'll do a loop around and come down the stairs on the other side.
Section M.
Because section O should just be over here. There it is there.
Section O. That's it.
And now we just need to find the right grave.
Anna Rose. 1938. Gone to a better place. Oh no. What happened?
Dana's health had deteriorated at the sanatorium. Her coughing fits, the pregnancy, and all the stress about Leon being on the run out there in Baltayar. It was just too much for her to bear. The doctors had to put her to sleep before her delivery. There were complications, and when she woke up, her parents told her the terrible news. They had already buried the baby girl.
How come the Brown Shadow didn't go after Dana? They controlled Ostertal back then, right?
Oh, they would have eventually, believe me.
And afterwards?
Dana became sterile because of the complications during childbirth. So she remained at the sanatorium a few months more. She was devastated, poor darling.
That's how she survived the pogroms.
Yes, but that didn't mean she was safe.
So what happened afterwards?
Dana lost everything. Her parents, her baby, Leon. I think she would have just given up if I hadn't been there that day. But I had to go to London. Back then, I used to get invited every year or so to all kinds of artistic events. I could then make out my report to the British Secret Service without arousing the Brown Shadow's suspicion. So I took Dana with me to save her from them. Dana stayed in London for about 6 years. I found her a flat and a position with my real employer, the Foreign Office. She had no family, no friends, and in a way she had no life. She spent every minute she had in the office fighting in her own way against those who took everything from her. She went from one promotion to another, and soon she was among those in charge of coordinating all the resistance fighter groups pertaining to the different occupied countries of Europe.
All right, Dana. Focus. The Admiralty needs us to spot the enemy units on the map according to the reports they provided.
Okay, so we are straight into it. We can place either a tank, SAM, or submarine in each of these places here. We need to look at the documents on the left. There are 3 of them. The first time I played this, I didn't even notice the 3rd one down here, and I was missing all of the submarines. So let's take a look, see what it says. Message from Resistors Fighters. Our scouts have confirmed that 2 tank divisions are still positioned in Belgium. Please note that another tank division left for Le Havre. Okay, so let's put 2 tanks here in Belgium. 1, 2, 3rd left for Le Havre. I guess it could be there or there. Let's put it there for the moment. See what the other 2 documents say. Report of an Agent BJB on mission, censored investigation on enemy units movements and SAM. Surface to air batteries position. French western coast situation. 2 SAM batteries have been spotted towards Dover. A tank division is leaving Cherbourg to reach the SAM battery near Brest. The SAM battery near Caen is still active. Okay, so there are 2 near Dover, and this is the French report. So it's not going to be in London, it's going to be down here. So 2 near Dover, we're going to remove, well, we'll switch this to the SAM because there are 2 SAMs down here near Dover, so the tank must be closer to Le Havre. Let's do that. A tank had left Cherbourg for the SAM near Brest, and the SAM near outside of Caen is still there, so I think that should be good. Let's just confirm that once more. 2 SAM batteries have been spotted towards Dover. A tank division is leaving Cherbourg to reach the SAM near Brest. This SAM battery near Caen is still active. Okay. And there's... Okay, so hopefully that's fine for all of the land units. Let's check out the subs. The submarine is still positioned in the North Sea. Only 1 spot for it up here. Let's do that. 2 of the 3 submarines positioned in the Celtic Sea have left for Cherbourg. 2 of the 3 in the Celtic Sea have left for Cherbourg, which means there's still 1 left here, and there's got to be 2 down here near Cherbourg. And lastly, a submarine left Cherbourg to meet with the 1 positioned near Brest in the North Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so a submarine left Cherbourg to meet the 1 in Brest, which means there's 2 down here. There are 2 spots down here.
That's it, I guess. Yunta!
Dana, darling, you can use my real name here, you know.
Sorry, but I just can't get used to it. For me, you'll always be Ginger Yunta.
Charming. I'm sure I have Lenny to thank for that, hmm? You were always too soft on that little brat.
Maybe. I guess. Anyway, what are you doing here? So glad to see you.
Only doing my duty, Dana, darling. A gallery invited me for a conference, so I jumped at the occasion to report back to our superiors. But it might be the last time for a while, I'm afraid. It's getting very hard to leave the occupied territories, even for a famous so-called pro-brown shadow artist like me. Anyway, how have you been since my last visit?
Well, with Leon being missing and probably lying dead somewhere in Baltayar for the past 7 years, and what happened to my parents, you know how I feel. But it's all beginning to feel like a dream, Yunta. A distant dream. Especially her. And I don't want it to, you know, I don't want her, my sweet Anna, to just fade away. I'm sorry, Yunta, but could we please change the subject?
Of course, darling.
What is it?
More work for you, actually.
Oh?
Yes. The Allies need someone for an operation with the Resistance in occupied territory, and they think it should be you. But truth be told, Dana, I'm not sure that's such a good idea.
Why not? I did volunteer for field operations. They've trained me a lot for that.
I know, Dana, but this operation will happen in Ostertal, right next to Vaghen, actually.
I see.
Look, you don't need to answer me this minute. and no one would blame you if you declined the mission. We all know you don't only have happy memories of Vaghen. You still have time to think it over. But before you give your final answer, they need you to identify the resistance group that will execute the operation. It's all explained here. And of course it's all top secret stuff. So you must cross-reference the documents right here in this room. You'll have to use that thing over there.
But I don't know how to use it.
I'm sure that's easy for you. You have such a clever mind, my little virtuoso. I'll see you later.
Well, let's get cracking then.
Okay, a couple of things to do. Prepare the mission, repair the pneumatic telegraph. Top secret, mission order, so-and-so. Agent Rose, we need volunteers for a delicate operation with the resistance in one of the occupied countries, a country you know well, Osterfell. If you accept, you'll be dropped near Vaghen so that you can coordinate an exfiltration operation of a civilian and get him into Switzerland. To do so, you'll be escorted by one of the main resistance networks in the region. It has obtained excellent results the past few years. Whether you accept or not the mission, we need you to identify that network among other small underground groups active in Osterthal. For reasons of confidentiality, you are not to leave your office until you have done so. We have granted you temporary access to your workstation's pneumatic telegraph, a contribution to the war effort that was given to us by a French engineer. This machine will allow you to claim any relevant documents you might need. We wish you good luck. Okay. Guess we can inspect the device here.
From what I can understand of that thing, the pressure must be high in the left tube, but low in the right one. Compressed air. I think I need to get the mixture right, paying close attention to the rarefied air. That must be for mixing the correct proportions of rarefied air in the system with the compressed air.
Right, so we need more of this. Something like that, and we need less of this. Move that across. Spin this around. There we go. So that device is working now. Let's check it out. And we need to find the right topic, subject, and country. So we are looking for resistance fighters. Probably should have gone the other way around, maybe. Resistance. Country is not Italy, not USA. Poland sounds about right. Subject is networks. Resistance networks in Poland. Let's give it a go.
Silly me. Can't be it. Better
Oh,
try something else.
Did I get that wrong? Oh, Osterthal. What am I talking about? Not Poland. Let's keep going here. There's actually a spot for Osterthal. There we go. Okay, resistance networks in Osterthal. Let's give that a go.
Right. Let's see.
Okay. Identify the resistance network in Vaghen. Let's take a look. Region. Vaghen. Edelweiss. Alpine Lover. These names seem familiar.
Edelweiss? A coincidence. It must be a coincidence. The network leader's alias.
Come here now, my pretty Edelweiss.
Don't call me that, you know I don't like it.
It's true though. That's exactly what you are, my pretty Edelweiss.
If you keep that up, Leon Kobatis, I'll find you a nickname too.
Go on then.
All right. Your nickname will be Alpine Lover from now on. Leon! He's alive. He's alive. He's alive! I need to... Oh, good grief. But how did he... Yunta! Yunta!
So Leon made it from Baltayar. But how?
I have no idea, miss. All I know is that he survived for almost a year in the mountains before coming back to Ostertal to set up the Edelweiss resistance group.
Which made Dana accept the mission you told her about back then, right?
Of course, she was given extra training and was dropped near Vaghen the following summer to carry it out. We'd better get going. It looks like the storm is coming.
You go first. I'll meet you at the tram station in a minute.
Of course. Take all the time you need.
Okay, we can go back to Oscar and
need help
see
here.
where we need to go. We are just up here at the moment, so we can head down the stairs here, take a look around, see what else we can find.
A dead end. I'll have to go back.
So we can't use those stairs. We are gonna have to head back this way. So just down these stairs here to the left. And we'll take a little look around. So there's a little shed here. We can't open it at the moment.
The Undertakers must store their tools in it. It needs a key. But it doesn't look that strong, though.
So we did see the pickaxe earlier, and we can't actually grab the pickaxe until we take a look at this. We'll actually need Oscar for the pickaxe as well. So let's make our way out of here. We'll try to.
heck?
What is it, Kate Walker?
The gates, they just closed. Oh, there must be a mechanism to open them somewhere.
There always is, Kate Walker.
So we are going to need that pickaxe, and because it's a little bit too far in, we can't grab it. Oscar's going to have to help us out, which means he's not going to be able to...
Bye, again.
I know, Oscar. I know.
Obviously, you do not, Kate Walker.
Yeah, Oscar's not going to be able to help us out with directions. But I think we'll be fine. Just heading all the way down here to the right and then up this way. And the pickaxe is just over here. Let's go and take a look. So we'll use Oscar to go and grab it.
Can you bring that pickaxe closer, Oscar?
Of course, Kate Walker.
So we have the pickaxe, let's head back to the little shed. It should just be around here. Let's take a look. We'll break this. Okay, let's take a look.
Looks like it's compatible with a bigger mechanism.
Let's head on back where we came. Nope, I've gotten lost apparently. Let's see if we can find our way back. We'll go up this way. Head around this way to the right. And I think that's the exit there. And then we've got the device. Should just be around here. There we go. And we are done. Return to the guest house by tram with Junta. Let's do that.
You seem disappointed, Kate Walker.
About what?
Well, correct me if I am wrong, but the fact that Dana Rose lost her baby and became sterile disproves your hypothesis that there can be a family link between you, doesn't it?
You're not wrong, Oscar, but I'm just stupidly over-optimistic. I wish I were like you, and not controlled by stupid emotions.
Nice of you to say, I guess.
Sorry, Oscar. That didn't come out so well.
Are you all right, Miss Walker? This must have been quite a shock for you, wasn't it?
Okay, let's get out of here. So back to the guest house.
What about that mission Dana led with Leon's resistance network?
It didn't turn out well, Miss Walker. Actually, that's the reason I left London to be here.
Oh?
Yes, just a second, Miss Walker. Where did I put it? What with this blasted storm? It's all over the papers. Here, have a look for yourself.
Storm. Excavation work at Devil's Pass has been interrupted. An unexpected storm has obliged the Council to remove the bodies trapped in the ice since the Second World War and to move them to the Silberspiegel Refuge. Those frozen bodies near the refuge. I heard about them just yesterday. Do you mean...
There has been no formal identification yet, Miss Walker.
But it's plausible that...
That Leon, at least, is among those bodies, yes.
Do you think Dana could be among the bodies?
I suppose it would be logical. It would explain why I never saw or heard of her again after the mission. Yet, according to some witnesses, Dana survived the war and indeed helped resistance fighters from Vaghen until the liberation. But if those testimonies were true, then Dana vanished after the war.
What happened to Leon?
According to the testimonies I've obtained, Leon was killed on that mission. The Foreign Office tasked Dana to lead an avalanche, apparently. I am one of the few people still alive to be able to identify him, which is why I'm here. If it weren't for this bloody storm, it would have been done today.
What about the other bodies?
According to the medical examiner's office, in all 3 bodies have been extracted from the ice. The one presumed to be Leon, and 2 others, a man and a woman not yet identified.
I see.
Try to stay positive, Miss Walker. Only a visual identification will allow us to be certain. We can go as soon as this storm's over, probably tomorrow or the day after.
Right.
Miss Walker, we've arrived. But you're not coming, are you? Well, Miss Walker, you might not be related to Dana, but you bloody well certainly remind me of her.
So, instead of waiting for the storm to pass and for the official identification of the bodies, I might add, that were trapped in the ice for 6 decades, you, and by extension me, are going to climb up the mountain so you can identify them yourself.
I know, Oscar, I know. But I've just got to be sure. Because if one of those bodies turns out to be Dana, I...
We'll have no more trains to chase?